Jesus Christ, like.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cautiously Optimistic, the LOI TV live show. Episode 8 now, so that's 2 months. 2 months straight every Monday, apart from last week. So, yeah, joined by Socko and Griff. How are we getting on, lads? A bit late today, actually, because we were filming an Ireland-Serbia starting 11 prediction and score prediction. We didn't actually do the score prediction in the end, did we? Just thinking of it now.
No, we did, like, Jesus.
Yeah, best off, yeah, probably better off not doing it, to be honest. But yeah, how's keeping that?
Great.
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good. Same old, baby. Same shit, different week, honestly.
Yeah, that's literally it. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. We had a bit of a crash back down to reality last week with our like target. But I'm going to say it's down to being on a Thursday instead of a Monday. But we're gonna gradually get up to the 100 mark. We're going to say 70, I reckon.
70, okay.
70
what was it last week?
I think it was 90, I think, last week, yeah.
Oh,
we only got around the 70 mark, I think. So it's all right, like, not too far off. But yeah, this week, going to be talking about Soccer should have a change of mind after Saturday's result. That's on your league table.
We'll get into that. We'll get into
all that. We're going to be talking about game week 1, reviewing all the games. We're going to be looking at the next round of fixtures as well, and have a quick chat about Ireland.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Lenny's comment there. Can you bring it up 6 minutes past 8?
6 minutes past 8. The stream has to start, blood.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
All right. 18 minutes, boy. All right, yeah, lads. Has any of these ever started on time? They definitely have.
Absolutely
previously.
not.
I did not really know.
2 minutes. 2 minutes past 8. That's on time. 3 minutes past 8. That's also on time.
Yeah. Men, how are we? Good evening, lads. Plenty of people asking for us. Appreciate it. How are you all keeping?
A lot of comments there. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, but good to be back on the Mondays. Thursdays doesn't feel the same, doesn't it?
No. As an Arsenal fan, don't really like Thursdays as it is. So, like, you know,
yeah, you're busy Thursdays.
Football. I've heard enough.
Yeah. At least Spurs, they won't be able to. Their Spurs fans be free even on Thursday nights after last week.
Brilliant.
If the LOI memes reaches 80 likes, will episode 4 be released on Sunday? It's possible. If
I get round to editing it.
Yeah. Actually, I've edited it. It's actually done. It's ready to go, to be honest. But we'll hopefully have a good bit of stuff coming at the weekend, because hopefully we get to two LOI games on the Friday and the Saturday. So it might be during the week of next week. The BTEC LOI TV dropped today. I saw that. BTEC. But yeah, I heard a few people giving out about it only dropping today. It's a bit late in the day. Like, should have been done a couple of weeks ago, but so we have it. But yeah, we'll just jump into straight away talking about the games on Friday night. I want to come to Griff first so badly after the result, but we won't.
Oh my God!
We'll start off at Drogheda. I presume that was the first game of the weekend. They started off their campaign with a 1-0 win over Waterford. A 89th minute winner, Cameron Evans' own goal. But it's a fantastic start for the newly promoted side, isn't it, really?
Yeah, brilliant finish as well for the own goal. Oh my God, such a good finish. But yeah, no, I don't think any of us were particularly surprised. Like, I'm actually not going to say that, because I got 0 predictions right for this week.
We'll get on to that.
But to be fair, but yeah, no, it was a great result for Drogheda. Like, that's exactly what they wanted. Like, you know, just grind out 3 points from home. Like, yeah, brilliant result for them. Yeah, and again, cracking finish by Cameron Evans. Fair play.
Yeah, I think, like, we'll come on to the Longford game later, but for 2 of the promoted sides to win this weekend, like, I thought that was just class.
Yeah,
like, super win for them. Get them 3 points on the board. Like, they'll be buzzing. Waterford unlucky. I think Kevin Sheedy in his first game. Probably not what they wanted, but like hats off to Drogheda. Like, savage stuff.
Yeah. Socko likes a prawn sandwich or 5.
After he gives a match review, You're like a prawn sandwich, you.
Daniel, you just watch yourself, yeah? Okay.
Daddy.
I can see he's about 9, so I've just started on 9-0.
And then Lenny says, Griff, sorry to tell you, but Arsenal can no longer win the Prem. So close so far.
Jesus, damn it. I actually had my hopes up. Like, I thought we were going to do a title charge the last 9 games of the season. Chance, like, fuck's sake.
Arsenal are no longer part of the top 6, so, but we're doing an LOI show, so it's fine.
Shut up! Oh my God.
So actually we're gonna we've done predictions on Thursday night for each of the games. So what we're doing basically is for everyone, we're not predicting scorelines, we're just predicting the results. So whether it be home, draw, or away, and you get a point if you get it right. And we all had a bit of stick over. We had a few lagers there last week, and we're giving each other a bit of stick over the predictions. So we ended up all putting 100 quid each into a big pot, and the winner walks away with 500 quid at the end of the season. Whoever comes top of this table. So it's all to play for, really. As you heard Griff say, he's on 0 points at the moment. So good start for him from him. So in it, Tig, me, Socko, and Liam all went for a draw to win, and Griff went for a draw. So everyone has a point on the board.
Oh man, I should need to be more aggressive. Griff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ross, Mock, and Griff, Richardson, Shell. Yeah, nice.
Dead right. Yeah, exactly. How's the weather down there, man? How's the weather down there?
Stop.
Just Keith.
Keith, how you getting on?
What's the story, Keith?
But yeah, moving on to the next game, and I'm going to take great pleasure in saying that Finn Harps absolutely smashed Bohemians by a goal to 0. Fantastic result for Finn Harps even. And the goal, it was great defending from Bows, in fairness. They were unlucky with the goal that went in. I think it was Finnerty with the pass back, I think. And Adam Forde latched onto it.
Around the goalkeeper. Yeah. Oh, shocking. And to be fair, I'm not surprised. Finn Harps beat us last year as well. I'm not surprised.
Tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go. It's just a tough place to go now. That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
Finn Harps. It's a tough place to go.
Such a cliche.
The biggest cliche ever, Finn Park. Oh Jesus, tough 3 points. Yeah, no,
long trip up.
Yeah, longest trip in the country.
It's half time you're thinking about the trip back to Dublin,
That was shocking. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, really, isn't it? We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, Keith Long was Ollie works wonders.
Yeah, 6th manager in the league.
Keith Long was livid at the end. He wasn't exactly sure how they ended up losing that match. At least not getting the point. He said they both missed loaded golden opportunities, 2 or 3 especially in the second half.
I think Ross Tierney had a great one at the back post there as well, which he should have scored, I think.
Yeah, but taking nothing away from Finn Harps, super win, get them off the mark. Obviously, they'll be hoping not to get relegated this year. We'd who's that? Ush said we'll take 9th, we'll take 9th. But yeah, super win for them. But
I think they'll look higher than 9th this season. To be honest, I think they might just aim for that 8th place, maybe even 7th.
That's where you said in the predictions. Yeah. I feel like Finn Harps fans are seriously coming for Socko's neck. He's going to seriously regret this as the season goes on.
Socko, you're very quiet. Rattle blood.
To be fair, I think I did the safer option, putting Longford down the bottom, because it's not many fans for Longford, is there? Oh, controversial. No, I'm only messing.
No, we're not. Darragh Doyle was very nice to us. I will not have a bad word said about him on this.
Speaking of Longford, they got off to an absolute cracking start, picking up a 2-0 win over Derry at Bishopsgate. Fantastic result. Dylan Grimes getting them off the mark in the 8th minute before Joe Gorman scored the second goal of the game in the 72nd minute. Derry were really, really bad, though. I was expecting more from them, to be honest. I think we have to go back to the Finn Harps Bows game. I predicted a draw on that one, so I got the closest. Everyone else went for a Bows win. So no one got any points, though. But in terms of the Longford Derry game, Socko, and Liam went for a draw. Griff, Ross and Tygo went for an away win, so no one got any points on that one either. Which kind of sums up the weekend. It was really hard to predict those games. But Longford, wow, what a start!
Yeah, Doyle said they were delighted, obviously, but he said it's a 38-game season, so like they're not going to get carried away with it. But having said that, like in the Premier Division for the first time in 5 years, get a win on the opening night against Derry, who were super at the beginning of last season, kind of dropped off a bit, but recruited really well, like strong side. But like, yeah, super win for two of the promoted sides to win this weekend, like class.
Savage, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Soccer will have the Harps Ultras after if he goes to Dundalk.
Harps Ultras after when he goes, he got all 7 of them.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He's digging like just
digging a serious hole. Soccer a dead man.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's so funny.
Serious beef, Soccer. You have to like dig your heels in now. There's no turning back now, is there?
Well, like, I'll do Chris Morgan on it and just walk out.
Oh no.
Ush said as well, blaming the pitch typical. I presume that was Keith Long he's talking about. Did he? I think he probably did.
Did he?
Pitch isn't great in fairness now, but
I should really expect him.
That's a tough place to go, I tell you.
Was still a good finish. No, it was actually a very, very good finish, very composed to round the keeper, and he took it away very well. Actually, getting a lot of stuff in here about Bowes. Bowes lacking attacking edge after all the losses to their attack. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. It's going to take a while for the front three to gel. I kind of said that in my preseason predictions that it's difficult to replace the front three and get the same chemistry going straight off the bat. It is going to take a little while. I think was it Liam Burt, was it Alua started and Kelly, wasn't it? I think the three.
Yeah, I saw Alua starting.
Off the top of my head. So it's going to take some time for them to gel. I mean, Grant, Twardick and Wright last year at Bowes' prime of the season was really, really good. They worked really well together. So it's going to take some time for that to get going. Lenny actually mentions Georgie Kelly here. Georgie Kelly's the type of fella that would throw himself a surprise birthday party. Liam Burt does look a good player. He does, in fairness. Got him from Celtic, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah, does look a good player. Remember that goal you scored in the Shells in pre-season? That was kind of a good finish.
Sure, he's in the Scotland under 21 team.
Is he at the moment?
Yeah. He was anyway. But he's a decent player. Like he was rated quite highly at Celtic at the time. So it was a bit kind of surprising that I think with Neil Lennon, like there was no clear path progression to the first team. You even seen like Luke O'Connell, who's went over there, Afalabi and stuff, like barely getting a look in. Leo Connor.
They're on loan now, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Loan,
all of them are on loan. Yeah. So like that's after like Neil Lennon's gone. Like so I don't know. I think with Celtic there was no like he was getting slated for the fact there was no like progression to the first team. So yeah, I think like he could be. I don't know, one of these players where if he has a real good season here or two, he could be back over the pond, like,
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm surprised like a League One team didn't take a chance on him or something. Like, fair play to him for coming to Ireland, get some first team football.
Mm-hmm.
Luke O'Connell in the under-21 squad now, as Griff just mentioned. Yeah, good to see that. It's kind of fallen off the face of the earth a little bit, hasn't he? Remember he was with Bolton and he burst onto the scene as Mick Richards did, kind of a similar. Well, Luke O'Connell actually, I think played like nearly every game for Bolton in the Championship.
He did, yeah.
I think Bolton were like going through administration or something, so it was a tough time for the club. But he looked like promising. Got to move to Celtic, and I remember there was rumours of him because I think he's born in Liverpool. So there's rumours of it, like I remember I actually did a video on it. It was like, is Luke O'Connell the next Declan Rice? And so hopefully he's not now in the under-21 setup. But yeah, it's good to see him go down on loan and get some football. Actually, I can't remember off the top of my head who he went to, but I think someone in Scotland.
It's someone in like it's like the Scottish League too. Like it's pretty low down. Like it's like Queen of the South, maybe I think.
Fourth tier, like.
I'll check now, but I'm pretty sure he went to Queen of the South. But yeah, it's like the third league or the fucking fourth league, which is weird because like again he was rated so highly when he was at Bolton. Like Queen's Park, Scottish League 2 team. Yeah, Jesus.
Is that like the fourth tier? No,
I think so. Yeah,
is it? Yeah,
it
Jesus
is. Yeah,
Christ.
Championship, League One, League Two. Yeah, fucking hell, like
That's pretty grim, actually, to be honest, isn't it? Fucking hell. Like.
seriously grim. But is he
Yeah.
next Declan Rice? Do you know? Is he next?
Could be, could be.
I don't think there's any worries of that anytime soon. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Finn Park is a tough place to visit for fans. Did you see actually there was a Bows fan that went to Finn Park
Yeah.
up to
That
it,
was
like
good.
he went up to the game.
Yeah,
watched it
that
through
was
a gate,
yeah.
like.
that was interesting. I saw that on Twitter, and
The photos were gas.
all of the tweets and replies and retweets were like best league in the world, passion, like fair play to him. You love to see it, and like no one kind of pointed out that like shouldn't really be doing that.
Yeah.
It's within his 5K though, Dublin to Donegal, I think, isn't it?
Dublin to Donegal. Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
It's give or take, like.
It was kind of that was kind of funny to see, but like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fair play to him, I guess.
Fair play to him.
The photos
I'm
were
working,
gas,
I'm working,
to
I'm
be
working.
fair. It was like 120 mile trip to see your team lose. You just pressed up against the fence. He's like screaming, like so funny, like he's screaming,
Great picture,
like
great picture.
brilliant. Like.
Someone I agree with here, Bows won't get Europe. Let us know what you think. Will Bows get European football this season? It's very
One
early
bad
to call,
game.
like.
One bad game. Like, come on.
And it
like.
didn't play that bad, really. Great
Hot
chances,
takes. Seriously, hot takes here. Like,
this is a good point from Keith, actually. Derry lucky to lose 2-0, questionable attitude. And it's one of those where we all predicted Derry to come fourth I think it was all of us, didn't we? To go fourth in the league, thinking like their signings would really boost them for the start of the new campaign. Obviously, Joe Hodge is injured, but that's only one player. Like they still have like a Parkhouse coming into the side. So I was disappointed with Derry's performance. It was really, really bad, like really, really bad. And the same question was their attitude. One thing I did see was it was Kieran Burke of Longford and Declan Devine. Obviously, he gutted after a 2-0 loss in the opening day of the season, but he took his time to go over to Kieran media team with Longford and chatted to him after the game and all. And so sound, and he's just, I want to see, like, I'd love to see Declan Devine just do well this season. Like, obviously he came on the channel as well. Like, he's just lovely fella. Took his time to do that, and it's just one of those people if you want to see do well. I don't know. I just thought it was nice to see him do that. But yeah, I'd like to see Derry kind of to turn it around a bit. Obviously, it's only one game, but it's last season. It's a little bit worrying because last season they were bad as well. So it's kind of leading up into it. But I think 36 games is going to be a long season.
No doubt it'll take a while for their new signings to gel together. And I keep saying it's 38 game season, so like there's no point jumping to conclusions after. And I think if it's a questionable attitude, which in parts it showed in that game, like I don't think Declan Devine is definitely the man to like sort them out. Like he won't take any shit. Very professional. Like we chatted to him about how preseason was going, and if there was anyone to sort any attitude problems out in the dressing room, it'd be him, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Here, what's going on with Adam Meatbo? Who dropped it? Did he drop out of the squad in the 21
yeah,
squad?
he did. Yeah,
just there.
Apparently,
like
the official reason was because he's coming back from injury, so they want to I don't know, give him more time to recover from West Ham. But to be honest, like I just read on Twitter, like I think he just might declare for Nigeria. Like it's
Nigeria.
So,
I heard there's England. I think he can declare for as well. I think it's England
and Nigeria. Yeah, and then just like people on Twitter being like, "Oh, he's gone." Like, so
who does he play for?
West Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah, he came off the bench against Man United in the FA Cup, I think, as well.
He's rated really highly. Like.
Very promising player. Yeah, that's a. I think he played a schoolboy football in Ireland and all, didn't he? I think.
Joseph, yeah, he plays for St. Joseph's.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame if he doesn't declare for Ireland. That is a shame. Queen's Park. Someone said obviously Luke O'Connell. Yeah, not many Luke O'Connells burst onto the scene. Shells going up, bows going down.
Yeah, hot takes.
Yeah, so funny. Like.
Really not. Like, imagine Bowes went down. Oh my god! Like, Jesus Christ!
Actually, when was the last time they went down?
Bowes I don't think Bowes have ever got relegated. I think they're only club. I think that's the thing. I think that might be a thing.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, last time. Bohemians It looks like we're just doing this in the middle of a live show.
It's an education. It's an education. Someone just said while we're waiting, Socko would have went as well. This is up to Finn Harps if he wasn't afraid of the 7 Harps ultras.
Terrified me.
Quaking in my boots.
There was also footage of Pats fans watching from the flat when COVID broke out. Is this at Richmond or is this just the road? That wouldn't be the Rovers game. No,
Pats watching
Richmond.
No, it would be. I don't know. Richmond.
Because I remember Richmond actually,
Was that
Longford
last-
fans were in flats beside Richmond Park watching the playoff game against Shales that time.
Well, yeah, that was last season as well. Yeah. I suppose if you're not allowed, I'd imagine they're local fans, like, and they might have, or they live there and they might have got an Airbnb, possibly.
Yeah.
We've seen that a few times. Like, if there's a like an apartment in like the corner of a stadium, like the people have a flag. And looks
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I think this
Did
is
you
a
find
bit
it?
harsh from Dan. Well, I'm not sure. Griff, did you find that?
Oh yeah, no. Since the Premier Division started, like in the 90s, they'd never been relegated anyway. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure
something like
before
that,
that.
yeah.
But, like,
Cool.
yeah.
I think this is a bit harsh from Dan. I think Derry are lacking an underage structure. Every LOI team needs good youth development. I think that's a bit unfair. They've brought through a lot of really good players over the years, like some McElhenney, players like that. And then at the moment, they're bringing in the keeper, Garth Side, who's the number 1 this season. He just got called up to the Northern Ireland squad. There's a couple of other good young players coming through there. So that might be a little bit unfair on Derry.
Yeah.
I think. And
if
Declan
you look-
Devine talked to us about it as well.
Yeah, if you look at the Divine interview we did, like he went through that in great detail, bringing back a lot of experienced names to the club, people who are like really great experience with the club. So I think you'd probably disagree with you there.
Yeah. Just if you're only tuning in now, please do subscribe and do like the video. If we can hit 70 likes, it will be greatly appreciated. We're gradually getting up to the 100 mark. That's going to be our. We're going to try to get to the 100 point and keep it at that. But 70 likes would be great. Really do appreciate all the support. Derry's away form was really poor last season. The Longford game gave no hints that it was likely to improve. Very, very good point. It didn't. It did. They were really poor, as you said. Finn Park, home of the best soup in the country.
Actually, I have.
Is
And
it,
they have a little tuck shop, like 8 bars chocolate and a cup of tea and stuff. And I've heard good things. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I've heard good things. Like,
Oh, that's why you do. That's why we need the live show so good. You just find out stuff like that. We need to go up to Finn Park and try
Yeah.
the soup.
absolutely, I'm buzzing for a trip up to Donegal. Like, I really want to go to Finn Park.
Great spot.
Like,
Great spot. We were in Donegal last year, just in a different area, but yeah,
Guidor.
lovely place. Guidor.
Sean Armstrong.
Fantastic women.
Griff gets his fair share now, in fairness.
Yeah. I love the Gaelcore girls now. Must say. Jesus Christ.
Derry, top academy in the northwest, great pathway. Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. City going up as champions this year, believe it. Is that Cork City, presume?
Yeah, Cork City, presume. Yeah.
Um,
So going to be interesting in that first division.
Who will go up? We'll probably discuss that later on. Maybe we might discuss that later on. I'm probably going to have a table prediction video coming out later in the week, probably as well for the first division. But we might discuss who we think's going up. Might be an interesting chat because there's a lot of contenders. Derry have a 5-year plan drawn up. One surprising loss, but hopefully they can push on against Waterford. Don't think we'll go down. Derry have one of the best academies in the north. I don't think Derry. I don't think anyone's saying Derry will go down. Are they? They're one game. Losing to Longford's bad. I mean, because Longford are expected to be down there, but Longford coming up the first game, they're going to be buzzing, ready to go. But yeah, I think Derry do need to sort it out. But I don't think there's any question of them being relegated. I don't think.
No, definitely.
Derry need divine intervention.
Oh my God.
Right, we'll go back onto the games. Who
Classic.
did we get to?
Sligo.
Sligo. Yeah, I was just looking at comments. 25 minutes in.
Just every 2 minutes. The comments. Yeah.
Sligo Dundalk was an interesting one. A good few talking points in this one. Patrick McElhenney opened the scoring in the 15th minute. Romeo Parks on his second debut, his first appearance for the club since his loan spell. Since he went out on loan even. He equalised in the 23rd minute. He'll be a great sign for Sligo this season. But the kind of a big talking point that I thought was interesting was that there was a lot of question marks surrounding the Dundalk manager situation. The first half, when it was kind of going smoothly, Shane Keegan was out on the touchdown a little bit. Second half, I think Dan McDonald said when there's point up for grabs, he saw that Giovignoli was out on the touchline screaming command and stuff, and there's points on the table ready, like about to be lost. So interesting one. I think it kind of shed some light on the fact that Giovignoli realistically is the main man there, isn't he? Really, and it's kind of just for show. Is it kind of making too much of a big deal out of it? Do you think maybe people looking into it too much, or?
No, because I think it should be pointed out. There's the same situation in Pats, obviously, but like if they get to Europe again. Like, I don't know when he'll get his pro license, but if they get to Europe again and they're in the same situation, he'll be in the stands. I don't know. My feeling is it's a bit of an odd situation. Like,
will he be in the stands if he's just part of the coaching setup, or will he be allowed to sit on the bench if he's just a coach?
We're just going off last year. Like, you have to sit in the stands.
Yeah. Because like Johnny, he was like the manager last year, but if Shane Keegan's then the man in charge there, and Giovignoli's just a coach apparently, I think he will be allowed to sit on the bench then for European games. I think.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I think,
but it's just what I'm not sure. Like, why bring in this big name and his Italian assistant as well, if they're just going to take a back seat now? Like, and what if Keegan and Giovignoli like to have a few disagree on like signing a player or starting a player in the team? It's I don't know. Obviously, we'll just see how the season goes for them, but then, like, if I can imagine Shane Keegan getting a bit annoyed if, like, he's the game's going all right for them. He's on the touchline and he has Giovignoli like shouting at him like every 5 minutes.
Unless Keegan's like agreed to like that, he is just a pawn in the kind of chess game, nearly like.
Yeah, possibly. I think that's probably what happened behind the scenes. Surely, you think like there was definitely I mean, that's who the board of Dundalk appointed as their manager at the end of the day. Like, you know, they went after him like. After Filippo, so I think at the end of the day, he's the fellow who's leading them forward. Like, whether it's behind the scenes or not, I'd say that it's realistic. It probably is him. Like,
even looking at the recruitment as well, it's kind of clear that it's kind of not Shane Keegan really. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shane Keegan plucking out like Latvian left backs, like
Sonny Natastat.
Yeah. Right,
I think I heard of him on Football Manager. Like, yeah, Keegan, fairly well known players. Like, bit of an argument going on between Shells and Bows in the comments, I think, which we'll get onto. But Socko would look like Harry Potter. If Socko with glasses would look like Harry Potter.
What do you think of that, Socko?
Socko has glasses, actually.
Yeah, he actually does have glasses. Like,
Socko is very Harry Potter-esque.
Yeah.
He's just he's a magical person. Like.
Bit of magic. Yeah.
Wizard on the ball.
Just trying to think of something funny.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something. I was trying to get there's something there, like something from the memes video or something. Have you not?
Yeah. No.
Great boots.
I have what?
I've read it.
You got Harry Potter?
I have.
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
Would you recommend
brilliant books?
Yeah.
If you haven't heard of Harry Potter, make sure to go check out Harry Potter.
I mean,
yeah. J.K. Rowling a plug, like.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling's a bit of a knob nowadays. To be fair. She's a bit of a prick nowadays. Like, honestly, just stick to writing. Right? Oh my god.
Is Filippo doing the same thing that Stephen O'Donnell is doing at Pats with Alan Matthews listed as manager? Is Alan Matthews listed as a manager there? Because wasn't Socko, you were on a press conference with them, the pair of them, and they didn't want to draw comparisons or something like that, wasn't it? They said
no, they said it kind of avoided the question a little bit. They said I'm just bringing it up now just so I'm correct. They didn't really want to talk about other clubs. They said they have their own situation at Pats and they were happy with how things were going. So at the moment, Alan Matthews is first team manager and Stephen O'Donnell is head coach. But
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so but it was Stephen O'Donnell doing much of the walking around and shouting on the sideline in Tala on Friday. So yeah, if it works for the club, I suppose, yeah, but I just kind of feel it's just a bit strange, like.
Yeah, no, it is.
Maybe it's a League of Ireland thing. Like,
most people do badges or something like.
yeah, because like we don't see it in the Premier League or like any hockey league, but just it might just be League of Ireland thing. Like,
that's more of a GAA idea.
I'm sorry, Socko was speaking there, and it's so hard to like, just like when he's like giving a whole point, and in the comments it's like J.K. Rowling has to go blood. Like, it's so hard to concentrate on what he's saying. Like, honestly, it's like, yeah, no, a bit of a situation. He has to go blood. She has to go blood. Just shocking, like.
Oh god! If you think J.K. Rowling has to go, do drop a like on the stream. If we can hit 70 likes,
that's the caption for tonight now.
Yeah.
Episode 7: J.K. Rowling has to go. Clickbait. Like.
Shane Kerr, it is a smokescreen. Dundalk are run by the Italian stallion Shane Keegan. While Shane Keegan was a likeable figure, admitted 2 months ago he could see himself in management, but not at Dundalk. Things change quickly in LOI.
Great picture, him and Jerry Adams there. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Shane Kerr, actually cousins with Wan, is he?
Oh my god!
Check out our memes video for more of that content. Yeah, that was a joke.
Brian, like, any relation to Brian? Let us know. Alan Matthews is doing media duties with RT on Friday. Yeah, actually, because the 2 questions that you asked, Socko, he was the one who answered them both. I just saw that part. And to be honest, I didn't really watch the rest. But one thing actually that we just touch on before, a little bit off topic, but I found it interesting about the you asked Alan Matthews about Shamrock Rovers' betting sponsor. Interesting kind of response, wasn't it? Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I was probably expecting similar FAI reply that it's not something we want to associate ourselves with. It should be kind of minimized in the game as much as possible. But he was very honest, like, fair play to him, and said each club should be allowed to do what they want to do. Money's tight in the League of Ireland, and if a club can create like a sponsorship deal for themselves, and going off what I've seen, like that, it's 888 partnering with Rovers, isn't it? There's a fair bit of cash in that, like, and but I saw a load of billboards when I was there on Friday as well, on the shirts as well. So yeah, it can go either way, like whatever your opinion is of it. I've been reading a lot of stuff in the UK, and the government over there are trying to vastly reduce the amount of sports gambling, the amount of gambling that is in football nowadays. It's chronic. I think a 10 or 11 of the Premier League teams have a betting sponsor on their shirt. Like, we can go into a whole different like video with all the like side effects and consequences that can have, but from a League of Ireland point of view, I think the way the money is at the moment, I think clubs, I probably agree with Alan there. I think clubs should be left to do what they want to do. Like, clubs down the lower end of the table, even in the first division, if they get a
sorry, this.
Dead right. Ty couldn't be on the live show tonight.
Ty couldn't make it.
He's betting on virtual horses right now. Like.
He's betting on the Serbian third division. Thanks, Shamrock Rovers. You're very good. Sorry to cut across.
We love your Ty. But yeah, just like summing up the money situation in the LOI, like it's a little bit to get on your high horse to say like League of Ireland clubs shouldn't accept any, like if it suits the club, that's great. But I thought it was the FAI. It was interesting. The FAI said we don't want to associate ourselves with any of that. But like, people will have different opinions about it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't want to say beggars can't be choosers, but like LOI teams, like, they need to find the money like where they can. I was thinking of, I was just thinking about that. Like, remember Paddy Power put up the banners in Tala Stadium for the AC Milan game? Like
Yeah.
I say, Rovers got a few credit of that, but they were just so embarrassing as well, weren't they? Remember, like they just came across so badly in it. Like
Yeah, they didn't come across well. And usually Paddy Power's go with that stuff, to be fair. Like their marketing team is like unbelievable, but
yeah,
it came across as like
Zlatan, do you want the job in the square or something like so stupid
Yeah.
stuff? Like just not even funny. Like
Yeah, I tweeted that.
yeah.
I tweeted that, and Barry Glendenning of the Guardian retweeted it as well, and basically said all what you said there, Ross. Like it's a bit very cheap, paints the League of Ireland not in the best light.
Yeah.
Obviously they made a fair few quid out of it, so it should be left up to each club, I think. But yeah, I didn't agree with that particular stunt.
Yeah, moving forward, you do want to see like kind of betting sponsors not in the game though, like realistically, like. But I don't know, it's a tough one in the League of Ireland in particular because teams do need to find, especially during COVID and stuff as well. It's tough times for all clubs and stuff, that they do need to find finance from wherever they can, really. So, it is a tricky conversation, isn't it? I suppose
it's a tricky one. Don't get me wrong; like people are entitled to do what they want to do. I'd never tell anyone not to do something, but like a lot of people are very vulnerable out there, and you can't watch a Premier League game nowadays without like 5 or 6 ads before the match, 5 or 6 ads at halftime, 5 or 6 ads after the match, and during the match you see billboards everywhere, shirt sponsors. You go on Twitter, it's all there. A lot of clubs have like partnerships with like the tweet would be like sponsored by a company. So I think a lot of very vulnerable people are, if people are interested about this kind of thing, I'd point them towards The Guardian. Football Weekly did a really good football gambling special. They interviewed a few like recovering addicts and interviewed someone from the gambling commission, and some of the stories there were like horrendous. People left with like next to nothing. It paints Paddy Power and a few of them companies, like some of the shit they used to get up to, not so much anymore. But like one, for example, a really, really like loyal customer, they if he stopped betting for a while, they'd like give him free tickets to games or like wine and dine him in a box to get him back into betting.
Shockingly, yeah.
So it's just like that. So I'd recommend that if anyone is bothered about betting sponsors in football.
Tig needs to hear that. Tig needs to hear that.
I think like their apps and stuff like alter the odds depending on how much you bet, like how frequently you bet and stuff. Like there's lots of mad stuff like that. I've heard stuff like that before.
Shocking.
But actually, I think we did forget to mention this in the Dundalk Sligo game. Just after seeing the comment there, Sligo actually had a goal ruled out for offside, and I believe it was onside as well. It wasn't Johnny Kenny; it was their other young player. His name just escapes me. I do apologise for that.
Byrne,
wasn't it Byrne? Something, yeah. Mark Byrne. I don't know, but yeah, young fella anyway coming through. But yeah, huge talking point from that game. Dundalk definitely got away with one there. And I think I saw someone saying VAR is needed or something like that after the game.
It's not happening. Not happening. Like Jesus.
Oh God. Where are we? Any tips? Like, for fuck's sake.
Don't lose them. Don't lose all your money. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was poor.
9-4.
94, yeah.
Put the wife and kids on it.
Yeah. Chris McCann looks really decent. We'll actually get on to the Shamrock Rovers game now in a sec. Who did 9 Degrees Brewing sponsor in the LOI again? Bloody government is banning alcohol advertising at sports venues. Are they? I think I did hear about that actually. Yeah.
That sounds like a Bose sponsorship.
I do think it's a fair point though that the fact that they're banning alcohol based on the fact that it's they consider an addictive substance or whatever. Like by the way, first live show where we're on the water. We're not on the Heineken.
We're waiting for a sponsor to come through. We're waiting for a sponsor to come through.
Absolutely, genuinely, on the sponsor. But I do think it's fair though. Like, I mean, gambling, like alcohol is addicting, but I mean, you can only spend so much before you pass out and you're dead. Like when you're a gambling addict, you can you stick the fucking heating on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're it's just as bad. Like, so it's surely if you're gonna ban one, yeah, honestly, so I think they're both ones as bad as each other. Really, like they're both just two addictions. Like,
yeah. I didn't wake up this morning and think I would get you to talk about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling on LOI TV live show.
We're up for anything.
Up for anything, yeah, absolutely. It's live. It's live. Listen, anything can happen. So I keep
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button.
That's it. 70.
If
Huge
you're a
like.
gambling addict, hit that like button. Or if you're an alcoholic as well, smash that like button.
If the FEI funded LOI properly, there would be no need for betting sponsors. So yeah, huge. I definitely agree with that. That's a great point. It's a great point.
I don't know. Like,
I think so.
Well,
I mean, there wouldn't be in a place to need the money from those sponsors as much, I suppose.
Yeah, I think if they still had the money and they were offered more money, it'd be possibly hard to turn down. My thought is just like the Premier League is a multi-billion-pound industry, and like 10 or 11 clubs, if not more, have betting partnerships.
Arsenal are one, I think, aren't they?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not the front of the shirt. I'm pretty sure it's like 9 or 10 out of the Premier League teams actually have it on the front of the shirt.
Yeah, it is
on the shirt.
50%, I'd say, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure what that. Probably do a whole separate video about it.
Yeah, probably could actually. But like in terms of like John, the FEI have come out and said that they won't accept it or whatever. Like if they funded the league properly, like the league might be more likely to like kind of share their values, or the FEI could just kind of ban it throughout the league or something. If it was funded properly,
maybe. Yeah.
We'll just move on to the Shamrock Rovers game now. We're discussing it. Shamrock Rovers, of course, did draw 1-1 with St. Patrick's Athletic. Before we discuss the result, Socko, you went into the game. How was it to be back at a match for the first time? I think you said the best part of a year or something, isn't it? Or something like that. Yeah, more than a year nearly.
There's less than 18 months.
Yeah.
The last game I was at, what was the last game I was at? I think it was the last Ireland game was the November 1-1 draw with Denmark, and then I was at a Chelsea game a little while after that. Just a little over a year. So it was pretty surreal. Like I was did a load of prep, got to the game, got my temperature checked, walked in.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I said it'd be just my luck. Like my temperature would be too high, just send me home now. But like I got to the corner flag, looked out, and I was like, "This is fucking mad!" Like it was one of the most excited moments I've had in like the last year. I'm sure you could probably like relate. Just to watch a game of football again. So it got seated. Had to borrow the Wi-Fi password off someone. And then the first half, I was really impressed with Pats. Like the first 20 minutes. Came out of the blocks, put Rovers under real pressure. But Benson was class in the middle, captain the side as well. But then after the 20-minute mark, Rovers came into it much more. Ronan Finn, Graham Burke, pretty much all their attacks came through them. So it was kind of nip and tuck, a few half chances for either side. And then kind of second half was similar enough to that. And then we had the fantastic ending, Robbie Benson's own goal off Pico Lopez, and then I was putting up the tweet, and I clicked send, and I looked up. I think Scales put the ball in, and it was Aaron Green headed home, and I was like, this is mad. Like I was like tweeting like mad. Scales had a header just wide, could have won it with the final kind of kick of the game.
Yeah,
but I think a draw was probably a fair result. Feels like, as I said, 2 points dropped and 1 point gain for Pats, and Rovers are still unbeaten in 11 games versus Pats. But yeah, it was a pretty decent game. But to be honest, personally, like I was so lucky and grateful to be back in the match.
Yeah, for sure. We all actually, in terms of predictions, we all went with a home win in that one. So obviously, no one got any points there. So. The table as it stands after the first week for the pot of €500 goes like Socko out in front with 2 points, joint with Tig. Gambling is that's very huge. Three was in third place is Liam, joint with me with 1 point, and stinking at last place, stinking up the bottom. James Griffin with 0 points.
Yeah.
A tough
way,
weekend for Predictor.
It was a tough weekend, and at the end of the day, like, you know, you have to start somewhere. This particular weekend, I didn't start anywhere, but I'll be back.
What's it happening?
Griffstan Bull, just you wait. Like.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's a marathon, my friend. So don't worry. Just do your homework next time, you know.
Jesus Christ.
I bet just to feel something. Oh my god! Like.
For fuck's sake.
Soccer run the Harps Ultras. Here spelled H-E-A-R. Can't hear a thing.
A pint of heart.
Pint of heart.
Yeah, pint of heart.
Soccer, did you tell Pico? Oh, Christ. Speaking of
you
that,
have to vet these comments, man. You have to vet these comments.
I need to read them. Yeah, to be honest, I need to read them. Speaking of Pico, though, we did actually get to speak to him after the game. We put a match day vlog up. Socko had of his experience at Tala Stadium, and also a fan cam and reaction with a Shamrock Rovers fan as well. So make sure to go check all that content out. Next week, I'll be drinking Heineken in the enjoying the content, lads. Right. Appreciate it, Dan. Really appreciate it. On that note, if you could smash the like button, it's much appreciated on it. If we can hit the 70, in around 70 mark, it is really appreciated. Subscribe. Yeah, on the road to 3K. So listen, 5K by the end of the year is our ultimate goal. 2021.
Yeah, I've just realised that if we get any betting sponsorship offers, like, we can take any of them. I've just fucked.
We're not a football club. We're not a football club. We're not a football club. We're not Roma.
This is just next week. Welcome to Cautious Optimistic. Just a quick one. Head to High Power.
Yeah.
Let's get LOI TV. You get a $5 free bet. Like.
Yeah.
Football
teams have a moral compasses. We don't have to have a moral compass, don't worry. Like.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Definitely. Yeah, if you get us on Twitter or Instagram, we'll do that. No bother. Socko will do. Harps Fan TV.
Socko will do. Yeah. Yeah. He loves Finn Harps. He loves him.
Yeah. It's all he ball here. Brilliant. But that was so we obviously went through the game week 1 fixtures. So in terms of game week 2, there's only 4 games on this weekend. Sorry, because Shamrock Rovers, Derry City play host to Shamrock Rovers. That game's been rescheduled due to international call-ups.
Was there just Pico Lopez, or was there anyone else?
The Derry City goalkeeper got called up to the Northern Ireland squad as well.
Fair play.
There might be 1 or 2 more as well.
Yeah, because Pico was asked. I think the game was originally the Sunday, and he was kind of saying, like, please, I'll be getting on trains, planes, and automobiles to try and get my way back. I can't remember where he said they were playing, but like, so he'd probably be back in time for Tuesday, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. There's other people asking about the UEFA Conference League. You talked about there's a good bit on this, I think. But yeah, so basically if you lose the Europa League playoff, you go into that competition.
It's like
according to Chris Football Manager knowledge.
Yeah, according to me, like, you know, it's like if you can't qualify for Europa League, then you go into the Conference League. It's the third tier of European football, basically. So
yeah.
The Guardian lads were saying it because if Liverpool don't win the Champions League and they come like 7th or 6th, like, they'll get into the Conference League and they'll win it and be able to say, "Oh, we were the first team to win the Conference League."
We'll move on to game week 2 and give our predictions for the 4 games and for this weekend. The first one up, Socko, I'm going to come to you first because I want you to stick a dagger through the Finn Harps fans' hearts one last time as they travel to Oriel Park to face Dundalk.
Double down, Socko.
I'm going to say Keegan in the hot seat, 3 points Dundalk. No doubt.
Easy money.
If I'm wrong, I'll eat my hat.
If
Where's that coming from? Like,
if Dundalk don't beat Finn Harps, tune into Cautiously Optimistic next week where we will see Socko laying into a snapback.
lay into a snapback, like tuck it into a sombrero, like
tuck it into a beanie, like. Griff, who are you thinking for this one?
I'm gonna say Dundalk. As much as it pains me, yeah, Dundalk win. But you know what? I'm saying Dundalk win, which probably means Finn Harps are gonna do it. So whatever I'm saying, just bet on the opposite. To be honest with you, like so.
We don't condone betting, but bet on whatever Griff is saying.
Yeah, genuinely,
what Griff's saying. I'm going to go for Dundalk as well, and I think I'm just looking at because we've got Tig and Liam to give us their predictions as well. Tig's gone with a home win, and Liam has also gone with a home win in that one. So that's an all-rounder. So I hope there's a few Harps fans in the comments that will react to that. But the next game is Waterford playing host to Sligo Rovers. That's an interesting one to call. Waterford. A little bit, but they'll probably feel a bit disappointed not to have got something from that game, even a point against Drogheda. Playing host to a Sligo team who played really well against Dundalk and were unlucky not to beat them. Probably leaning toward, if you're betting on it, probably go double chance on Sligo. Double chance.
over 2.5 goals, maybe over 5 corners. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
That's just going through my head. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna just lean towards Sligo on this one on a away win.
Probably, probably agree with you there. I didn't like any of what I saw from Waterford last weekend. I think Sligo got a really good result against Dundalk, and they'll be full of confidence coming into that fixture. I think probably go for a Sligo win.
I'm gonna go for Sligo win as well. But again, not very good advice, is it? Like
I'm not liking Griff picking the same ones as me. I'm not liking it. Making me doubt myself. Tig and Liam also both went with an away win here, so it's a full house for the second time this week on that one, on Sligo to win. So nearly guaranteed not to happen. 1 second here. What if a draw? Does Socko eat half a hat? If Harps win, Socko should wear a Harps jersey for an episode. Do you know what? The new Harps home jersey is actually lovely, to be honest. Yeah. I really like it.
And there's no sponsor on it because they probably turned down a betting sponsor on it as well. If Finn Harps beat Dundalk, Socko, you have to buy a Finn Harps jersey. Can we agree on that? I'll buy a Finn Harps jersey. How much is it? I'll have a look.
If Finn Harps go to Oriel Park and beat Dundalk, Sean O'Connor will buy a Finn Harps jersey. And that's a promise. Yeah. I'll make sure he does
it. Screen record that. Like.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I change my prediction?
Next up, we have Bohemians play host to Longford Town. Bows come into this off a defeat, aren't they, Griff? I think so. They play host to Longford, who won the first game of the season. So it will be an interesting game. I'll probably go Bows narrowly to win this one and get off the mark in terms of points this season. What do you think?
Could go either way. Like Bows losing at the weekend, Longford winning. Obviously, probably the critics will probably go for Bows win, but like Longford will give them a really, really good game, no doubt.
Yeah.
So is that a Bows win, then, is it?
Oh fuck!
Draw. For draw. Okay. Draw. Yeah. I'm going to go for a Bows win. I just think the fact that, obviously losing against Finn Harps last week, I think that may be the fact that Keith Long was so annoyed as well, and there was a good few chances for Bows. I think they should do enough. Like, yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, for sure. Well, I agree, actually. Not for sure now. Far from sure, but Liam went with a home. Oh, sorry, Liam went with a draw, actually, and Tig went with a home win in that one.
Okay.
So we've got 2 for a draw, 3 for a home win. And the final game of this weekend, game week 2, St. Pat's playing host to Drogheda. This is another tough one to call. based on Drogheda winning their first game of the season, of course, come to this probably full of confidence. St. Pat's will probably come into a confidence as well, actually going to the champions and getting a point. And they'll probably be nearly disappointed that they didn't hold on to their 1-0 lead in the end. But this is another tough one to call, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I thought Pats were very good, to be fair, when I seen them against Rovers. Like, I think Benson would be a very big player for them this season. Like, he played very well. Matty Smith as well was really good. He seems like a decent player.
Yeah.
It seems the only thing that I'd say that they were lacking is maybe just like an out and out striker. I don't think Ronan Coughlin's particularly great. Like, but yeah, I do think St. Pat's will probably have enough, but it will be tight. I mean, Drogheda
be narrow, yeah, you'd be like,
full of confidence. Like, so yeah, but I'm gonna go for Pat's win. Just the fact that they're home probably win.
Yeah, probably agree with you there. It'd be really tight. Drogheda will give them a really good game, but watching Pats on Friday, like, I was so impressed. I didn't really expect them to play as well as they did at all, to be honest. Probably go for Pat's win. I think Benson will be huge for them this season. Griff, who was the winger you mentioned? The next career?
Matty Smith.
Yeah.
My younger brother hasn't watched a League of Ireland game in his life, and he bought a Pats jersey. Because that's who he's supporting for the season. He's sitting there after watching 70 minutes of League of Ireland football, and he's like, "Man, Matty Smith's the Jack Grealish for League of Ireland." I was like, "Shut up! Like, give it a rest with it." Like,
speaking of Matty Smith's the new Jack Grealish. Matty Smith and Jaros look like they will be great players for Pats.
Yeah, Jaros looks very good.
Apologies there, like, I forgot to mention Jaros.
Had a great game.
Rovers would have scored 3 or 4 if it wasn't for him. Like, he made 2 or 3 top saves, claimed a few crosses as well. Really good with the ball at his feet when Rovers were pressing. And he chatted after the game to us. Really nice guy too, but I think he'll be a super signing for them this year.
Yeah, definitely. That is the final game to predict from the Premier Division this weekend. I've gone with Pats as well. Liam's gone with a home win as well, and Ty went with a draw. Only one to not go for Pats in that one, but it could well be a draw in fairness now. Moving on to the first division, kicks off this week. LOI TV, as someone was saying earlier on, started today, wasn't it? Or got launched today. LOI TV, not better there. But, no, I'm joking. It's all sorted. First division, I'm excited for it. I don't even know what's on the screen. I'm excited for the first division to kick off. Going to be a fantastic division this season. Great to have the Limerick side back in it as well. How are you looking forward to it, lads?
Yeah, strongest first division for a good while.
And I seem to be saying that a lot, as well, like nearly every year it's the strongest one. Like,
good sign of how the league's improving, I suppose. You've Bray, Cork, Galway, Shells, all looking to get promoted there. Yeah. We don't know what we're going to get with Treaty. It'd be cool to see them like pick up a few results against the bigger teams. And obviously on the LOI TV service, I think that's free, isn't it? As far as I'm aware.
The LOI TV's €69, I think, for the.
It's included in watch it. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but Savage service to have as well, just to be able to watch the game. So I'll definitely be watching a few first division games when I can.
Definitely. We'll do predictions for the first 5 games, but it won't contribute towards like our table. But we might as well have a look. But it's actually a couple of crackers to get us started. We'll start off with the one that's probably 2 teams that will be probably fighting down towards the bottom of the table, you'd imagine, being Wexford and Cabinteely. Not really sure this one's going to go. Probably.
I haven't a clue, to be honest with you. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Wexford look pretty good pre-season. I haven't a clue as now. Honestly,
top draw analysis.
Yeah. Where else would you rather be? LOI TV, baby. Oh my god.
What's really like cliche statements? Cabinteely have recruited well in the winter. Wexford
yeah. Blah 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 blah.
Happens to.
Wexford have a very young side. I know that. Cabinteely have kept hold of Kieran Waters as well, who's a good player. I'd probably go for a draw. to be honest, in this one. I think they'll be down the bottom.
Up the Dubs.
Yeah.
Up
the Dubs, yeah. Next game is going to be a good one. Bray playing host to Treaty United. Treaty's first game in the first division. And Bray, of course, who will be looking to only missed out on promotion by a point. They're a point behind Drogheda last year, which is a bit of a sickening blow for them. So for them, they want to get off to a good start and try and put the disappointment of last season behind them and get going. I'll probably go for a home win here. But I think Treaty make it difficult to be buzzing to get going, but I think I'll go for a home win.
Yeah, there's such an unknown quantity at the moment. You know what you're getting with Bray, so you go for a Bray win.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely distracted with the chat here. There's someone, Mark's
what's
huge
going
ass, is having a big scrap. Like, I'll meet you outside Richmond Park at 7 p.m. for a knock. Like, so Mark's huge ass. Like, come on.
We don't condone it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Bray win because why not? I don't know. Like, I'd say just the fact that they're treating a new team. So yeah, I'll probably go for Bray.
Flaked. UCD at loan. UCD apparently they always have youth prospects coming up through the ranks. They always have a new crop of class players coming up. So you don't know what you're going to get with them, but I think they will be strong this season. You can never write off UCD for a promotion push. At loan, on the other hand, have actually strengthened quite well in the off season, but I'll probably go for a narrow home win in that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go for an at loan win. Just
mix it up a bit.
Yeah. Just I don't like UCD. I dropped out there after 2 weeks, so I'm not a big fan of UCD. So. At low 5-0.
Fuck it, I'll go for draw. I haven't a clue about both sides.
Shocking carry. This will be a good one actually. The Cork Derby, Cork City against Cove Ramblers. That'll be a cracker. But I'll probably go for a Cork win. I think Cove will be good this season. I think they'll be okay, but I think Cork probably strong enough to beat them.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Cork will be up as well.
Yeah,
I think they have a very good chance anyway of going back up. So I'd go for them really. Yeah. And
then the final game in the first division, which is the highlight, two sides that will be battling out, maybe even going head to head for the title, Galway and Shells. As I'll be optimistic and cautiously optimistic, and I'll go for a Shells win, but I think it could well be a draw. It could be a narrow 1-0 either way, but I'll be cautiously optimistic and I'll go for Shells.
I'll probably go for draw. Both sides pretty strong. The opportunity for either side to put down a marker for the title, or at least second, like both teams would be hoping to go up this year. So I'd probably go for draw.
Yeah,
I'd go for a draw as well. Yeah, I just think they have to play each other 4 times in the league. I think it might be a bit of a cagey affair, like trying to suss each other out. So yeah, I'll go for
first game of the season as well, kind of thing. Yeah.
One prediction we should do is who's going to win that knock.
I'll actually haven't looked at it, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. Want his address?
My money.
We don't condone it. We don't condone
doxed on this. Yeah. Listen, you can't bet and you can't fight. All right.
Yeah.
Not on our channel.
Moving on to Ireland. Big week this week, as we mentioned in the video we filmed just before going on live here. Huge week in terms of the qualifiers. I think it was Qatar next week as well, but that was nothing game. But the 2 qualifiers are huge. Huge injury list that we'll run through quickly. Randolph, Kelleher, Westwood out in goal. Arguably 3 starting goalkeepers. John Egan, Kevin Long, Derek Williams, Nathan Collins out in defence. McCarthy even, Harry Arter, Horahan, Jack Byrne, O'Dowda, Smallbone, Jack Taylor, Obafemi and Ida are missing in terms of midfield and attack. There's still some doubts surrounding the likes of Connolly, McLean and Coleman, who he had a knock recently as well. So it's really something else. Like,
yeah, no, pretty depressing, pretty bleak. Like,
shocking.
Just even Horahan, who's been there, but like our most informed players, like the fact that he got injured, like it's just like that's been the spell of Stephen Kenny's reign so far. I shouldn't be saying spells about J.K. Rowling's in the chat, but like she's just in my head, man. She's just in my head.
That's the one.
But yeah, no, I think it's kind of that's been the cloud hanging over the rain so far. It's been so unlucky. Like I would absolutely Jesus Christ, you take a draw and run any day of the week. Like, oh my God, a draw would be a huge result. I think against a team, they're much better than us on paper. Like it's just a fact. Like so yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We did obviously the squad predicted. Prediction video will be out probably tomorrow, won't it?
Yeah, tomorrow starting 11. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have more information then. But yeah, it's is what it is, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the injuries are like really, really unfortunate. Players you'd probably bank on usually. I know what's his name? Egan has been injured for a good while, but like the likes of Randolph, Hurahan, you usually depend on. Obviously McLean and Connolly are still touch and go, but like should be okay. I had them both in my starting 11 personally.
No spoilers.
But there's no doubt, like it's huge 2 games. I think we're all happy to just put last year behind us. Look forward to Wednesday night and Saturday. It's a tight turnaround, but that's international football. As we said, a point would be huge on Wednesday. Yeah. And then even if we come out the wrong side,
sorry, it's the comments again. Like, sorry, I'm not smiling at you. Like,
I'm wetting myself here. Like,
what's going on?
I'll batter you right now, you fool! Like, oh my god, this is brilliant.
Sorry, Sock, I didn't mean to cut across you. I didn't want to.
That's like the third time Sock has been saying something. And we start pissing ourselves. Like,
I saw 11 comments hopping up. I was like, Jesus.
I'll batter you. Oh god.
I'll batter you.
What were you saying, Zucker?
Yeah, just briefly, as them lads fucking have handbags against each other. Like anything less, if we come out the wrong side on Wednesday, like you're looking for the performance. Like if the performance is there, the football is there, like you can take confidence into Saturday. Anything less than win against Luxembourg will be unacceptable, I think.
Yeah.
So
you'd like to think so, yeah. Jesus.
You'd like to think so. Like, it's such a big gap between now and next September for supporters and for the team. Like a good positive week will rest any worries or any fears over
4 points. 4 points.
4 points. Fingers crossed. Like you're looking at the likes of Cullen, O'Shea, Connolly to really step up and make their mark, really kind of announce themselves. A huge night for Mark Travers, it looks like it's going to be. Seamus Coleman, Stevens.
Just name the team, yeah, fuck it. Like,
like, even though there's all the injuries, like it's still a solid team there, I think.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed for 4 points. Like it's huge week, but we wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, well, we forgot to actually film the score predictions in that because we were rushing onto this. But I'll just say them now, and then I can edit this into the end of this part into the video. Yeah. So what are you thinking? Ireland traveling to Serbia. I don't know. It's hard, but I'm gonna go 1-1. I think.
That's your heart. That's your heart. 0-0, yeah, going off last year, and you'd fucking take it. Like,
I just want to see us score a goal. That's fuck's sake.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not confident all the same. Like I say 0-0 or Serbia win. Realistically, but yeah, say 0-0. Say 0-0. Yeah.
If you had no if you're just being completely unbiased, you'd probably go for a narrow home win. Realistically.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You would, yeah.
But fingers crossed. 35 comments. What's going on, lads?
These comments, man. Like I was looking at every time Soccer was speaking, it was just like, "I'll batter you."
I'll get you slapped.
Slapped.
Oh my god! I think it's Shells. It's like Shells versus Bows.
On the Shells, lovely stuff.
Let's all get on. I'm a Bows fan. Ross is a Shells fan, and we only batter each other once a week. Like, calm it down a little bit. Like,
on a different note, right? The final thing we will touch on, which I thought was brilliant to see, was David Forde being brought into the Ireland setup as kind of being brought in to kind of combat the online abuse that a lot of the players have been receiving lately. We've nearly had a player for every show we've had over the last 7 or 8 weeks. Like Connolly, Duffy, McLean, Tyreek Wright is in the under 21 setup. There's a couple others as well that that I can't think of right now. But there's so many players coming in, so it's great. It was a great move to see Kenny. It kind of shows that Kenny's like looking out for the players and wants them to kind of be in the right place mentally going into matches, and I thought it was a really nice step and a good thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just reading here. Kenny spoke this week and said he's coming in like a kind of mentor role, and especially to help the players out with social media after the change.
The comments are nuts. Sorry, I'm just like I can't think, but I'm just looking at it.
4 times long as we caught across.
Literally, like I'm just seeing Griff smiling, so I'm just like, fuck, like
Griff, you craft beer, eco-friendly hipster. Did you see that one? Like, dead right as well, man. Usually we drink Heineken on this channel as well. Not very fucking craft beer.
I didn't realize the last word was there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no. Well, like, no, I'm gonna try ignore.
But yeah, Kenny just said like David Forde would be there in the camp morning, noon, and night. He's a resource for everyone. It's so hard to get players later into the camp. That's why we've so many players in the squad, he went on to say. But yeah, David Forde, he does he is the co-founder of a coaching and development practice in Galway, I think. So yeah, obviously the wealth of international experience he has, a familiar face around the scenes. Like pretty nice appointment by Kenny. Pretty forward thinking, I think, to just have someone like that just to confide in, especially after all the social media stuff. Pretty. You don't see a lot of managers do that. I don't think so.
When you sent it into the group, the first thing I thought was that he got called up as a goalkeeper.
Recalled, like.
I actually was like, oh my god! I was like, for a split second, I was like, what the fuck? But I wonder would he wouldn't be next in line, surely not.
No, he wouldn't. Like, he's retired. Like, he's like 43. Like, come on
in
now.
Chelsea squad.
You're old enough.
Jesus Christ, he's 41.
But 41. Like, keepers
still good job. Take up space, like.
Yeah. But probably we're actually running well over the hour mark. 1:10 we're at now, but probably wrap it up on that note. Really looking forward to the week ahead. The Ireland games. Might do a watch along for the Serbia game. I know Soccer was a little bit against the idea, but I think we might be able to convince him.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't wait for that match.
I just want to see who wins this knock. So let us know.
Let us know next week who wins this knock. Honestly, my money's personally is on Mr. Huge Ass. To be honest, like huge ass. Like,
we're too scared. I'll hit you with a Ballymun backhand.
What a show! You wouldn't get it anywhere else. You wouldn't get it anywhere else on a Monday evening.
70 likes, yeah.
Every Monday at 8 o'clock, you can come back here and have a chat, like the pals that you've clearly made tonight. But do really appreciate all your support on the stream. If you can hit 70 likes, it is much appreciated. We do our
146.
What are we at? 46. That's good. That's good for this stage. Good for this stage, yeah. And do subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 3K, and it is greatly appreciated if you can help us out. Every little helps, as they say, and we do really, really appreciate it. So yeah, do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope everyone's all right. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you later.
Cheers.